Alright, finishing up video. Yes, on the PSE&G saga. And probably could use a light here. Anyway, yeah, so I'll play some clips here. Just little stuff of what went on. Yeah, nothing much to, it's just really ludicrous. I mean, okay, so to put the meter back in, just the meter, right? 3 guys, big truck, and a police escort. Quite silly. And why? Because what? The customer's cranky. Yeah. So whatever. I mean, you can make all kinds of jokes. How many PSE&G employees does it take to plug in a meter? Apparently 3. With a big truck. Anyway. So yeah, it took longer than it should have because they had to arrange a police escort. Wasting the cops' time. So it's just all this waste, and why? Because of just bullshit. Really, and you could trace it to all kinds of things, but maybe the whole fault is in liability law. No one wants to take responsibility for their own judgment. Everybody needs this nanny state crap, which is also bullshit. I mean, why don't you just let people take? Look, if you own a dog and your dog bites somebody, yeah, you're responsible. Doesn't matter how it's it's your dog, damn it. There's got to be some limitations, because obviously anything that's, I mean, I can't really blame electricians for saying, well, look, I have to pay for a license, okay, I have to, go through all this bullshit to maintain it, and, I'm put on the hook as an electrician for anything I don't do. So if there's something wrong and I don't fix it, there technically could be dragged into court over some kind of bullshit, and it's just that's just a dumbass system. Because there was nothing wrong with my electrical service. It was better the way it was. The copper wire was better quality wire. The rubber insulation was better than the vinyl crap. You can go right down the list. And instead of a nice metal conduit, now I have wire shoved through the side of the house and caulked into place. Caulk. Yeah, I'm much better off with caulk. That's so much better than steel conduit. So I mean, it's just a complete waste of money. Wasted labor, waste. I mean, what I need is a roof. What I need is, lots of these places need lots of things. They did not need a new electric service. And it's still connected to a pole of Damocles. It's just waiting to pull both the new electric services off the walls of the houses anyway. So, the whole thing is just bullshit on so many levels, and you're just like, this is not what the world, this shouldn't be running the world. 2 weeks without power for a $2 piece of plastic. Sorry, no sale. That's called stupid. So anyway, so that's it. End of my commentary, I suppose. Had a nice conversation with the cops. Yeah, of course he had to sit here and wait on those guys. They were late. But there's just this is just so many layers of like. I love this police escort. What? Somebody's cranky. Can I have a police escort because they're cranky? Cranky customers coming in. Maybe you ought to call the cops. It's just yeah, right. That's gonna work out. Yeah. So. Nope. It's not a proper system. It needs to be improved. Yes. It's no good. Broken. No one will fix it. Because everybody's an asshole and an idiot. They don't understand anything anyway. So yeah, that's the end of my. Everybody's an asshole. What this is fucking planet of the asshole. Why should I expect different? Anyway. So really, that's the end of the video. Just clips of crap. Watch it, don't watch it, whatever, who cares. I'm done with it. Except for I won't get into that. I'll do, I think I will file a report of some kind. Yes, I'll file it somewhere. Have it filed, properly filed. Cranky customer report. Yes. But again, the cop really was nice, so I can't complain. I mean, I can complain, but you know what I mean. At least, you know, you know, I'm not in jail, so what am I complaining about, right? I'm not in jail, so who am I to complain? That really shouldn't be the standard. I mean, we really should have a higher standard for having the right to complain. You know, being in jail. I shouldn't have to be in jail to have the right to complain. But anyway, it be over until the next pile of shit shows up. Alright, so update video perhaps. Yeah, it's working. So, yep, $1,000. Yeah, so I took it all apart here, and but this wiring is all good. And so I think the asshole's still going to try to replace that. But whatever. I mean, it's, you know, they're going to take to put new circuit breakers in. I mean, you know, like I said, you start messing with this stuff, and then they just keep finding excuses. The guy didn't even mention it, but I did notice the ground is a little bit old. So, I don't know. Like I said, then they started to put a ground wire in, then they'll have to get some guys out here with spray paint to flag everything. I mean, it's just, you know, this is the, you know, a perfectly adequate, functional electrical service. Some asshole decides to fuck with it, and, you know, and we're on the verge of, you know, the environment being colossally ruined. We got deers eating everything, and this is the crap they worry about. Yep. Yeah, so that's the update. So, you know, guy's supposed to be here this afternoon to finish the work, so we'll see what happens. Alright, the new service is up. Yeah. Really not much of an improvement here. I think they stole my other fuse box, to tell you the truth, which pisses me off, as I told them I wanted the parts. But look, you know, I could have put caulk on stuff. Look at this shit. Yeah, let's just caulk the holes. You know, bullshit. So oh yeah, that's just so much better than my old service, right? It's so much better than this real copper wire that I used to have. Right, nice copper wire, glass insulator. You know, nice metal conduit. All copper wire in here, of course. Because, you know, this wire was perfectly good wire. Nice stuff. Really beefy, good wire. Nothing wrong with that house wire at all. Look at that. Shiny and pretty. Anyway. Oh, there's the fuse box. So, there was nothing wrong with the fuse box either, of course. It was the main breaker. And, you know, it had 4 other breakers. But, you know, perfectly serviceable, perfectly functional. Nice metal conduits going out through the house. Now it's no metal conduit into the house. Just push through the wood. And the old rat can take a bite out of it. You know, or something. Likewise. So, yeah. Over $1,000 because of a broken, yeah, here, I'm going to save this one, yeah, for that, over $1,000 because that was broken. Yeah, this is such bullshit, right, Cat? What you could have done with $1,000? You're getting fat. Yes, you are. He's in, you know, he's doing so much better. He's actually rolls around in the ground now, and he's got all his old habits back, but he's missing one of his fangs. Yeesh, lost one of his fangs. Yeesh. Really, look at him. It's huge. It really is funny. He always had that habit of rubbing his head on little tiny twigs. Little tiny ones. Yes, more food's coming. Alright, anyway. I'll get back to work. So yeah, no electricity, of course. Still. So went through the inspection anyway. Inspector's a dork. I just, you know, I have nothing good to say about these assholes. Yeah, there's the fuse box now. But nothing, no big improvement here. You know, same bullshit. So all this was for nothing. Yeah, a couple of breakers, big deal. Blah blah blah. Nothing. Anyway, until next time. Alright, waiting on the electrical man. They called for a police escort, which is really quite hilarious. So anyway, yeah, so I finally will have electricity, hopefully. There's some chance of it. So all they got to do, guys with the big truck, all they got to do is pop the meter on. Power's already connected. Just amazing. Truly amazing. Oh, what's he doing? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so anyway, I just had a nice conversation with the cops. Yeah, don't know if I'll put that online though. Yeah, talking about the Fuhrer and whatnot. Insider dope. So anyway, yeah, so yeah, of course the power company was late. So yeah, cops were here for no good reason, which is all just part of the bullshit, you know. Let's drag this out as long as possible. Let's make it just as, whatever, as bad as it can be. Ah, here's the police car. Police car coming. Police escort for the union workers. We are not afraid of weather and snow and ice, but we are so afraid of cranky customers. We have our ladder and 3 workers. You don't need a ladder because the service is already hot. So you can't even get that right. The service is already connected, retards. 3 of them. Woo! The power's already connected. They just have to put the meter in. Jeez. Guess they come down this way. I guess they're lost already. Oh, there they are. Yay! Ah, they're masked men. Service is already connected. It's hot already. You just have to plug in the meter. Don't you love that caulk? Yeah, caulk is legal, but having nice metal conduit, no, that's a bad idea. Metal conduit and copper wiring, no. Gotta go with that aluminum caulk siding. Is that a new meter?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see if it what it bills me. Yeah, it doesn't have it on the clips. The new ones. The new $1,200 ones. So I was out without power for 2 weeks over this, you know. 2 weeks. Paying customer for 35 years. 2 weeks. 2 weeks in the winter for my safety. Did you look at that telephone pole while you're walking by it? Did you see that crooked telephone pole with the 2 $1,500 services hanging off of it? They won't talk to me. All right. Have a nice day. Yeah.